Do you think that you're having a bad day? It's very possible that someone on earth is right now stealing all your luck, and they become the top luckiest man in the world. These people really defy the rules of probability. Let's find out who they are in today's takeaway.
Number 1. Virginia Fike. Winning the lottery once in your life is already something only few of us can experience. But the woman we are talking about today, Virginia Fike, won 2 lotteries in one day alone. The thing is, she was loyal to only one number combination. The first number is the year that her parents were married, and the second number is the age of her parents on the year they got married. In 2012, she won 2 lottery tickets with the same numbers by chance. Each ticket brought her $1 million. After paying taxes, she received $1.4 million. Number 2. Tsutomu Yamaguchi. Mr. Tsutomu Yamaguchi was born on March 16, 1916, in Nagasaki, Japan. Considered the luckiest person in the world when he survived both the atomic bombs named Little Boy and Fat Man. In 1945, he joined Mitsubishi Heavy Industrial Corporation as a shipbuilding engineer. This was when the US Navy's B-29 detonated a bomb 600 meters from the ground, instantly killing 70,000 people and slowly killing tens of thousands of others due to exposure to radiation. Yamaguchi woke up at a distance of more than 3 kilometers from the blast center, suffered severe burns, burnt his hair, and was partially deaf due to the sound of the explosion being too loud. 3 days later, he went to Nagasaki to report his work when another light appeared, sweeping straight into the office where Yamaguchi was standing. It was the second atomic bomb named Fat Man. Miraculously, Mr. Yamaguchi was not injured after the second explosion, though he was only more than 3 kilometers away from the epicenter. More miraculously, although the house was destroyed in the explosion, his wife and children were lucky to survive. The whole Yamaguchi family spent the whole week in a shelter. Mr. Yamaguchi died in 2010 at the age of 93. Number 3. Joan Ginther. Joan Ginther, 63 years old, a PhD in statistical probability at Stanford University, currently living in Las Vegas, US, is said to be the luckiest woman in the world when she won the lottery 4 times. Her first $5.4 million came unexpectedly, but everyone can win a lottery sometime in their life, right? However, a decade later, she won another $2 million. Her luck didn't stop there. 2 years after that, she won $3 million, and in the summer of 2010, she won the jackpot of $10 million, which is her greatest money back so far. Although Miss Ginther currently lives in Las Vegas, all 4 times she won the lottery were in Texas. Some people believe it was not pure luck, but the miraculous application of statistical probability, which is what she is good at. Number 4. Martin de Jong. Dutch professional cyclist Martin de Jong booked some flight tickets with Malaysia Airlines, but he cancelled them at the very last minute. To attend the cycling tournament for Malaysian Terengganu team, Martin selected a seat on the MH17 plane, but then he decided to postpone the flight. Later on, for some reasons, he changed his ticket to a flight of aircraft bearing the number MH370. Finally, just a few minutes before the flight, Martin changed his plan and didn't board the flight. His rapid change helped him survive and become the luckiest person in the world. Because as we all know, the aircraft bearing model number MH370 went missing without leaving a trace, while MH17 aircraft headed down over Europe. Number 5. Rashma Begum. Rashma Begum is a seamstress of a factory located at the complex of a 18-story building, Rana Plaza, Bangladesh. She was lucky to survive the explosion of this building, but was trapped under the rubble. Fortunately, she found some water and food. There was some biscuits that one of her colleagues took to work for lunch and relied on that to sustain life for 17 days until rescued by rescue workers. As reported, more than 1,100 people, mostly young women, were killed in the building's collapse. After being released from the hospital, Begum, with the help of the government, was given a new job to work as a receptionist for the 5-star Westin Hotel in Dhaka. What a blessing in disguise, right? Number 6. Frank Salak. Frank Salak is a Croatian music teacher and is considered to be the luckiest man in the world, and he has escaped death 7 times. The first time occurred in the winter of 1962, when Frank Salak took a train from Sarajevo to Dubrovnik, when suddenly the train was derailed and plunged into the river in the cold water. Following the accident, at least 17 people died, but Mr. Salak was lucky to survive. He was only 34 years old at the time and did not expect that the accident was just the beginning of a series of unfortunate events for the following 40 years. A year later, Frank Salak boarded a flight for the first time ever. It turned into a tragedy when the plane crashed into the mountains, crashing to the ground at breakneck speed and exploding. He was the only surviving passenger who had fallen on a pile of straw. Feeling himself being too unlucky with the transport, Frank Salak decided to walk to work, but bad luck still pursued him, and he was hit by a bus in 1995. A year later, the collision on the mountain made Frank Salak's car being knocked over and dropped from a height of nearly 100 meters to the ground. The car exploded, and he once again miraculously escaped death after being thrown out of the car and landed safely on a treetop. After 7 miraculous escapes, at the age of 74, he finally found the real luck when he won the jackpot of $1,110,000 on the first time he ever bought lottery ticket. Number 7. Fidel Castro. Fidel Castro was born on August 13, 1926, as one of Cuba's great leaders. He served as Cuban Prime Minister from February 1959 to December 1976, and later he became President of the Cuban State Council until he resigned in February 2008. According to the Cuban Intelligence Agency, there were a total of 638 assassinations against Fidel Castro from CIA's exiles in Cuba, mafia, mercenaries, and even his former lover. Of the 638 assassination methods, beside all the classics used for leaders such as sniping, bombing, or giving gifts containing explosives, there were also very unique creative ways, from poisoned cigars, explosive cigars, poison-filled diving suits, toxic chemicals in shoes, pathogenic bacteria in handkerchiefs, to poison in tea, coffee, or a ballpoint pen with poisoned needles, but the CIA would all failed. In 2016, Fidel Castro passed away, but only due to old age. Number 8. Anders Helstrup. Anders Helstrup is a Norwegian paratrooper famous for parachuting next to an asteroid. In 2012, while he was on a parachute jump, by the time when he opened the parachute, he felt that something was wrong. When the meteorite began to appear, he thought that it was just a small stone and could not imagine how lucky he was when the object did not catch fire and kill him. After studying this story, geologist Hans Amundsen said that Anders was too lucky because the probability of this happening was 3 times lower than the chance of winning the lottery. Number 9. Bill Morgan. Bill Morgan is an Australian driver. In 1999, he had a very serious accident. When he was taken to hospital for treatment, the medicines that doctors gave Morgan caused him to have a severe allergy. As a result, Morgan's heart stopped beating. After Morgan died clinically for 14 minutes, Doctors made his heart work again. After Morgan's heart bounced back, he fell into a coma. Considering that Morgan was clinically dead for 14 minutes, the doctors said they could stop his ventilator to let him go. However, after 12 days, Morgan suddenly escaped from a coma miraculously. The most amazing thing was that he was completely healthy, without any brain damage or any health problems. After the recovery, he changed his job and successfully proposed to his girlfriend, being very happy, so Bill bought a lottery ticket. After that, he won a car worth about 17,000 Australian dollars at that time. Nowadays, that amount is equivalent to about 25,000 Australian dollars. In general, winning a car is enough to get you in the newspaper at the time. But because Morgan died clinically for 14 minutes, a news station in Melbourne decided to write a piece of news about the man. In the news, they asked Morgan to buy a lottery ticket and scratch it right in front of the camera for them to record. The goal was to recreate Morgan's lottery winning event, and guess what? The outcome was he won another 250,000 Australian dollars. Number 10. Edwin Robinson. Theoretically, the probability of an ordinary person being hit by lightning is 1 per 12,000. But for Edwin Robinson, 62 years old, a blind and deaf man, the percentage increased to 100%. When Robinson brought an aluminum stick and wandered around the house looking for chickens, it started to rain. He hid under a tall tree. Unfortunately, he was hit by the lightning. He passed out for 20 minutes. When he woke up in the evening, he suddenly found that he could hear and see again. Perhaps it was the rubber shoes that saved his life when being hit by lightning. While millions of people in this world spend their lifetime trying to win a small lottery prize, there are extraordinary individuals who win the lottery consecutively. And while hundreds of thousands every day are killed in accidents, some others escape the scythe of the death angel more than once. If you know someone who is so lucky in your friend list, let us know in the comment section, would ya?
And that's it for today's takeaway. What do you think? Which one wowed you the most? Let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share our video to support our next product. Thanks for watching and see you next time.